Good day, learners. It's me again, Sir Riven, your learning buddy in technology and livelihood education, Kokeri 9. We will discuss another exciting lesson that you may apply and use in your daily living. Make sure that you have your self-learning module with you. And always remember, it is more fun in TLE. Before we jump to our new lesson, let us have a review on what you have discussed last meeting. Let us have a simple activity. Let me read the directions. Identify the following tools and equipment needed in preparing appetizers. Choose from the given choices below the picture. Are you ready? Okay, I will give you 10 seconds to answer each number. Picture number 1. The choices are colander and mixing bowl. What do you think is the answer? Great! If your answer is colander, then you are correct. Picture number 2. The choices are mixing spoon or wire whip. What is your answer? Very good. The correct answer is mixing spoon. Next, number 3. Is it a glass measuring cup or a measuring spoon? What is your answer? Okay, terrific. The correct answer is glass measuring cup. For our fourth picture, the choices are chiller or oven. What do you think is the answer? Okay, if your answer is oven, you are right. Next, on our last picture, is it a butter curler or a potato masher? What is your answer? Excellent! The correct answer is potato masher. How many of you got a perfect score? How about the others? Okay, good job. Because of that, here is your virtual thumbs up. Good job, learners. Let us proceed with our second activity today, which is entitled the combi word. So here are the directions. A set of pictures will be displayed on the screen. You need to solve and guess the word that it depicts. Understood? Is that clear? Okay. For this time, I will give you 10 seconds to answer each set of combi word. So let us start. For the first set of combi word, we have 2 picture hints. And at the middle of that, we have letter N. Okay, it is composed of 3 words. For the first word, we have letter C and S. For the second word, we have letter A and D. For the third word, we have letter D, P, and S. What do you think is the answer? Okay, let us check. The correct answer is chips and dips. Okay, so for our second set of combi word, we have 2 picture hints. Okay, and we have letter C, K, L. As our letter hint. What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, let us check. Excellent. The correct answer is cocktail. Next, for the third set of combi word, we have 2 picture hints. And between of those pictures, we have A and N. What do you think is the correct answer? Time's up. What is your answer? Okay, very good. The correct answer is canapé. For the fourth set of combi word, it is composed of 3 words. We have 2 picture hints. For the first word, we have letter F, U, I, and S. For the second word, we have letter A and D. For the third word, we have letter B, G, E, A, and S. What do you think is the answer? Okay, excellent. The correct answer is fruits and vegetables. For our last set of combi word, we have two picture hints. And we have F, N, and G. What is your answer? Okay, time's up. The correct answer is finger foods. Did you get it all correctly? Good job. Based on the answers shown earlier, what do you think is our lesson for today? Do you have an idea? What do you think is the relationship of these words in our lesson? Yes? Is it all about foods, fruits and vegetables, appetizers? Okay, very good. It is all about the classification of appetizers. Today, we will discuss LO1, perform, miss, and plus. And here are the objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to: number 1, identify the classification of appetizers. Number 2, present the ingredients needed in preparing to prepare appetizers. Then number 3, understand the importance of the substitute ingredients in preparing appetizers. Is that clear, learners? Okay, good. Before we go on to the classification of appetizers, let us first discuss the function and why it is served before the meal. Do you have an idea why it is served before the main course or the main meal? Okay, clever. Appetizers are foods which stimulate the appetite. Appetizer is served in a small portion or pieces. Appetizers usually have attractive appearance, fragrance, and flavor. A good appetizer, whether it is hot or cold, should be light and served in small quantities. It is highly seasoned, which results to stimulates one's appetite. So now, let us discuss the classification of appetizers. First is we have the cocktail appetizer, or what we call cocktails. What comes into your mind when you hear the word cocktail? Very good. Cocktail is a mixture of different liquors and other liquids or an appetizer. It may be in the form of a fruit or vegetable juice mixed with little alcoholic beverage, or seafood like shrimps, crabs, lobsters, served with slightly seasoned sauce. So now, I will present to you the kinds of cocktail appetizers. First is we have the oysters and clams on the half shell. Aside from it, we can also use scallops and mussels as substitution or alternative. Number 2 is shrimps. Number 3, crab meat. Number 4, lobsters. If you think that this is expensive or it is not available in the market, you can also use shrimps and crab meats as substitution. Number 5, we have the fruits. And lastly, we have the white fish. If milkfish, or also known as bangus, is not available, you can also use other kinds of white fish. Or as a substitution, we can also use galunggong, sapsap, tilapia, salay-salay, and etc. These foods can be combined to a variety of alcoholic beverages and usually served chilled. Second classification of appetizer is we have the hors d'oeuvre, which means outside the meal. It refers to a small portion of highly seasoned food. It is a combination of canapes, olives, stuffed celery, pickled radishes, and fish. It can be served cold or hot. This is placed in an individual plate or sometimes on a platter and passed around. So what are the examples of miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres? Okay, so number one, or letter A, we have the antipasto. Antipasto is an Italian appetizer, and it includes the following. We have the cured meats, seafoods, cheeses, okay, eggs, relishes, mushrooms, and other vegetables. You can use seasonal foods and vegetables if the ingredient in your recipe is expensive, that time, or not available. We need to know the ingredients that we can use as substitute so we can lessen the cost of our recipe and continue the preparation despite the lack of ingredients. Then letter B, we have the bruschetta. This came from a slice of Italian bread rubbed with garlic, olive oil, and toasted and served with toppings like canapes. For this, you can use our local bread and just follow the process on how to prepare it. Next, letter C. Okay, we have the tapas. These are small food items intended to be eaten with wine or other alcoholic beverages available in the bar. Next, letter D. We have the caviar. It is a salted roe or eggs of sturgeon. The roe can be fresh or pasteurized. It is considered a delicacy and is eaten as a garnish or as a spread. Then letter E, we have the amuse-bouche. It's a French term which means a little bit of food, which is served before the meal to stimulate the appetite. It is anything that can be served in a tiny portion, like salads, soups, and little portions of meat, fish, or vegetables with a few drops of sauce and garnish. It refers to a small, savory portion of food served before a meal, typically without charge at restaurants. Okay? So next, number 3 is we have the canape. It is made of thin slices of bread in different shapes. It is a finger food consisting of 3 parts. So what are those? We have the base, a spread, or a topping and garnish. They can also be served hot or cold and with no specific set of recipe because you can choose and select the combination of ingredients you wanted to prepare. The larger version of it is called zakuskis after the name of Chef Zakuski. Okay, first part of the canapé, we have the base. It holds the spread and garnish, which typically made from bread. Here are the examples of bases that you can use when preparing canapés to give a wide selection of bases. So what are those? Okay, so we have bread cutouts, toast cutouts, and crackers. Aside from that, we also have melba toast, tiny unsweetened pastry shells, tortilla chips, or cups. And also, we have tiny biscuits, polenta cutouts, and miniature pancakes. Crackers and toast are firmer and give a pleasing texture and crispness to the canapé. On the second part of canapé is we have the spread. It is placed on top of the base so the garnish is stick to it without falling off. So here are the three types of spread. Okay? So letter A, we have the flavored butter. Made from softened butters with flavorings. If flavored butter is not available in the market, you can prepare your own flavored butter. As substitution to it, butters can be mixed with herbs, spices, and other flavorings. Next, letter B, we have the flavored cream cheese. Cream cheese is a soft, usually mild tasting pressed cheese made from milk and cream. Aside from its function as a spread, we can also use it when making dip, cooking an egg dish, making mac and cheese, and etc. Then letter C, we have the meat or fish salad spreads. Made from finely chopped meat or fish that are spreadable, whereas we have the common tuna spread, ham spread, and chicken spread. Okay? So now let us proceed on the third part of canapé. So what is that? Okay, very good. That is the garnish. Garnish is any food item or combination of items placed on top of the spreads. It usually gives color, design, texture, or flavor accent to the canapé. So here are the food items that we can use to decorate our canapés. A. Vegetables, pickles, and relishes. Letter B, we have the different kinds of fishes. Third, or letter C, we have the meats. And lastly, letter D, we have the cheeses and hard-cooked egg slices. Next, on the fourth classification of appetizer, we have the relishes, or we also known as crudités. Relishes are raw or pickled items or vegetables cut into attractive shapes, okay, served as appetizers, and cru in French means raw. Relishes or crudités are pickled items which are raw, crisp vegetables such as julienne carrots or celery sticks. Relishes are generally placed before the guest in a slightly deep boat-shaped dish. Relishes have two categories, which are the following. Number one is the raw vegetable with dips. We can use celery, green and red bell pepper, cucumber, broccoli florets, cherry tomatoes, scallions, relishes, zucchini, cauliflower, broccoli stems, and carrots. It includes dips, which is an accompaniment to raw vegetables, and sometimes potato chips and crackers. Any mixture of dips, okay, can be or should be in the right consistency. It is important that it should not be too thick and too thin. Next, number two, we have the pickled items. It includes variety of items like cucumber pickles, olives, watermelon pickles, pickled peppers, spice bits, and other preserved fruits and vegetables. So now, we are on the fifth classification of appetizer, which is the petite salad. Do you have an idea about the word petite? Excellent. Okay, so petite salad are small portions and usually display the characteristics found in most salads. Salad is a combination of vegetables, fruits, and other ingredients served with a dressing. We have the classification of salads according to the ingredients used. And these are, number 1, green salads. Number 2, vegetable salads. Number 3, bound salads. Number 4, fruit salads. Number 5, composed salads. And number 6 is gelatin salads. So now class, I have here a chart on the different seasoned vegetables in every month that you can substitute with your ingredients. Okay? Here are the list of vegetables from January, okay, up to December. Okay, don't worry, you can also search this on Google. So on our 6th classification of appetizers, we have the chips and dips. Okay, it is a popular accompaniment to potato chips, crackers, and raw vegetables. It must be not so thick that it cannot be scooped up without breaking the chip or crackers, but it must be thick enough to stick to the items used as dippers. Okay, 7th classification of appetizer is we have the fresh fruits and vegetables. It is called as simplest appetizer because on the way on how to prepare it and in the ingredients needed to make this appetizer. Fruits are good appetizer because they give an attractive appearance, fragrance, appealing taste, and delicious flavor. I will show you a chart about the seasonal fruits that is available every month so that you can use or you can substitute ingredients in your appetizer. So here are the list of fruits from January up to the month of December. Again, you can also search this on Google. Okay? So on the last appetizer, okay, we have the finger foods. It is also called as anything smaller. A variety of appetizer wherein the only requirement is that you keep them or you keep everything small enough to be picked up with the fingers and eaten with little mess. It is an individual portions of food that are small enough to consume without the use of silverwares. Did you understand the lesson? What are the classification of appetizers that we have discussed today? Very good. Number 1, we have the cocktails. Number 2, hors d'oeuvres. Number 3, canapes. Number 4, relishes or crudités. Number 5, petit salad. Number 6, chips and dips. Number 7, fresh fruits and vegetables. And number 8, that is finger foods. Remember class, appetizers are foods which stimulate the appetite and they are served before a meal. A good appetizer, whether hot or cold, should be light and served in small quantities. So now, let us go on your assessment for today. To range your knowledge about our lesson. So let me read the directions. Identify the appetizer that is being described. Write your answers on the space provided in your self-learning module. So I will give you 5 seconds to answer each number. Are we clear? Are you ready? Okay, let us start. Number 1. It has 3 parts, such as base, spread, and garnish, and made of thin slices of bread in different shape. So what is that? Okay, write it down in your self-learning module. Number 2. It is a combination of canapes, olives, stuffed celery, pickled radishes, and fish. Okay, so are you done? Let us proceed on number 3. Okay, it is a popular accompaniment to potato chips, crackers, and raw vegetables. What do you think is the correct answer? Write it down. Okay, so number 4. It is usually juice of orange, pineapple, grapefruit, or tomatoes served with cold salad dressings. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let us proceed on question number 5. It is a pickled item which are raw, crisp vegetables such as julienne carrots or celery sticks. Then number 6, these are the simplest appetizers. Okay, are you done? Can we proceed on the other slide? Okay. So number 7, it is a small portion and usually display the characteristics found in most salads. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next. Number 8. These are appetizers wherein the only requirement is that to keep everything small enough to be picked up with the finger and eaten with little mess. Okay? Next, number 9. It may be in the form of a fruit or vegetable juice mix with little alcoholic beverage or seafood. Number 10. It is a part of canapé that holds a spread and garnish. What do you think is the correct answer for that? Okay, so write it down in your self-learning module. I will give you another 5 seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so let us check your answers. Number 1, the correct answer is canapés or canapé. Number 2 is hors d'oeuvres. Number 3 is dips. Number 4, cocktails. Number 5, relishes or crudités. Number 6, fresh fruits and vegetables. 7 is the petit salad. 8, finger foods. 9, cocktails. And 10 is base. Okay, so count the number of correct answers. How many of you got a perfect score? Okay, excellent. I hope you understand our lesson for today. So now let us move on your assignment. You can now answer the remaining tasks on pages 11 to 12 of your self-learning module. Answer activity 1.1 and assessment. Is that clear? Okay, very good. I am very happy that you have finished this lesson. Please do not forget this new learning and try to learn more. After this lesson, you can now identify the classification of appetizers and the ingredients needed to prepare it. So now let us move on to the question and answer portion. Our distinguished moderator will take note of your questions. Okay, Jazz? Comment it down below. Okay, so for our first question, okay, I'm waiting for someone to write down their questions. Okay, so please comment it down below. Okay, we are waiting. Okay, we found one. Okay, sir. What is the difference between canapé and hors d'oeuvres? A very good question. Sometimes we have a confusion with regards to the difference of these two. Canapé is also an example of hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvre refers to a small portion of highly seasoned food, and it can be a meat, poultry, bread, seafood, vegetable, fruits, and etc. But remember, Canapes is made up of thin slices of bread, which we called as base, and followed by the spread and garnish. On our second question, okay? Okay, there. Sir, how can we differentiate salad and petit salad? A nice question. As we can recall, salad or petit salad is served in a small portion or amount. Petit salad and salad have the same ingredients, flavor, structure, and ways on how to prepare them. But they differ on the portion size when they are served. Okay? So I hope that is clear for you. Okay, for our last question. Sir, why do we need to serve appetizers before a meal? A wonderful question. Let me compare it to exercising. Before you do your exercise, okay, you need to first stretch your body. Like in eating food, you need to set up your mind and stomach and condition it with highly seasoned food to boost your appetite. But make sure that it is served in a small portion so that the guests will not be full with their appetizers. Okay? So that's all for today, class. For the questions that I'm not able to answer, just write it down and ask it to your subject teacher tomorrow. So again, I am Sir Raven, your teacher in Technology and Livelihood Education, Kukirinay. Leaving you a quote from Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The first wealth is health. A person's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social well-being counts. A healthy diet and lifestyle keep us positive, fit, and happy in life. So, goodbye, class. Thank you and see you in my next session. Goodbye.